I'm back with another video. Before I start, I just wanted to say that I did have an opinion about Kiss of Life's company maybe pushing them into a more sexy direction, especially with their recent comeback Sticky. But I have seen some discourse and it seems as the girls themselves took part in choosing the song for the comeback. I've seen some fans say that the girls have said they feel comfortable with this kind of concept. Also, I just wanted to add that the hate for Ahyun has been a hand. Criticism and hate are two different things. Remember that she is a person and you don't have to break down her character to give valid criticisms. Anyway, these are just my opinions and K-pop is not that deep. I hope I don't hurt anyone's feelings as these are just my opinions. Idol songs are becoming progressively irksome. It feels like every comeback with Idol I'm just less and less impressed with what they put out. Super Lady was of course a huge disappointment no matter how people try to spin it. Klaxon I think is my least favorite song of theirs since they've returned as Five and that really says a lot. Their music since coming back as Five has felt so gimmicky and this song is no different and is actually one of the better examples of that. I've never been a diehard fan of them to be fully transparent, but I'd occasionally enjoy their songs and sometimes even be excited for a release, but you can tell literally all of their music since becoming Five has been way more about appealing to a TikTok crowd or specifically to go viral, and the lyricism in their songs has seen a huge decline because of it. It's a lot of random lyrics that hardly make any sense. Honestly, I could have just grown out of their sound completely and that's maybe why I'm not gelling with their releases, but I honestly expect better from them. They've had highs especially in terms of Soyeon's writing, but I'm not impressed by anything in the last 2 years. I like the orange hair on Soyeon though, it actually kinda makes me want to watch their performances oddly. IDK, that orange is just so vibrant and screams summer K-pop. I'm sorry but Lisa's team are completely in the wrong. I'm sorry, but even from the beginning, I knew that accusations of plagiarism within the music video of Lisa's Rockstar held some authenticity, because literally just watch and see the very blatant alleged plagiarism and similarities. I don't know much about Travis and I'm sure he's controversial, but it's the principle. For her team to have reached out to Travis's director Gabriel and been denied and still went out of their way to literally copy the scene almost to a T. It's just a very gross behavior, like you asked and you were denied, literally move on and do something else, but to be denied and still decide that you're going to do it anyway. It's wrong and there needs to be consequences for her team. There first off needs to be an immediate apology to Gabriel Moses, this director for Travis's music video. Secondly, I'm not sure how involved Lisa herself is with this particular aspect of her music video, so I really don't think it's fair that I say anything regarding her specifically, because honestly, I would assume that maybe she doesn't have much to do with that aspect of her visual direction. But there is no way in my honest opinion that this was just a coincidence, especially if her team contacted Gabriel and he denied and they did it anyway. As for Jennie vaping indoors and in front of her staff, I will say that I actually don't really care if idols vape if they are adults. Do I think it's necessarily the healthiest? Absolutely not, especially if you are a performer. There are physical consequences of vaping. Especially when you're a performer, it does have an effect on your voice, stamina, and other aspects, so I don't really think it's the healthiest. But if you're an adult, legally you are allowed to vape. I do think that she shouldn't have been vaping in front of her staff. It's something you shouldn't be doing in front of your staff or others, especially if they aren't doing the same. I don't think she deserves the hate she's been getting, but I do think a legitimate apology and her not doing it again would be a mutually beneficial thing for everyone involved. NewJeans Right Now and Supernatural aren't bad songs. Obviously the songs are supposed to be their Japanese debuts, but honestly they don't seem like it at all. The songs have almost no Japanese in them and are mostly English then Korean then Japanese in terms of distribution, and I find it really odd, because when you listen to the songs, they really just feel like typical K-pop with mostly English and Korean lyrics with a hint of Japanese lyrics sprinkled throughout the songs. I guess maybe it's because they're performing the songs in Korean on music shows now, so maybe that's why. I really don't know. To be honest, I actually like these songs more than How Sweet and Bubblegum, particularly Right Now, even though the song is so short, and it's really aggravating. These are actually decent songs. Obviously these aren't groundbreaking songs and they aren't like Song of the Year type of songs. But I'm a little shocked that these songs aren't really popular, even though to be honest I feel like recently their releases haven't been quite as popular as they once were. Even these songs aren't at the level of their previous releases, but they're good IDK. Also, like, why are the songs all advertisements? Like, it's getting so aggravating. Like, why are their songs all partnerships? It's making their releases feel so cheap and stale. Like, we get it, they're popular, but it's a bit much. At least Hyun is back because I like their dynamic more as five, and in terms of watching them live, her vocal is probably my preference. SM completely ruined the momentum for Red Velvet's Cosmic. Since even before the comeback was officially announced, SM made sure to be so completely incompetent that the members felt like they had to speak out about very blatant mistreatment. From SM not announcing their comeback until 2 weeks before the comeback date, which of course reflected in a 2-week pre-order period. The teasers being AI and just all over the place, as well as them posting teasers well into the comeback's release because SM decided to have them prepare so many teasers but wait so long to actually announce the comeback that the teasers couldn't even properly be given time to shine, as they were either posted in bulk but later also posted well into the actual comeback. Not to mention that the music video didn't come out at its scheduled time, it actually came out almost an hour after it was reported to be coming out. Like, this era has just been complete mess. There's been hardly any promotional content besides again a bunch of teasers that were meant to be released as teasers but we randomly released because I guess honestly SM probably literally just forgot about them. This era would have been a perfect era for a pre-release or at least a promotional B-side, and we didn't even get that. Also, no dance practice, no MV reaction. When it comes to Kiss of Life, I want to say this, but I want to say this in a way that doesn't really come off as me being hateful or overcritical of them, but I feel like especially recently their company is pushing them more into an over-sexual image, and it to me just feels to be becoming more blatant. But maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like it's because of the success they've had with presenting a more sexy side with Nobody Knows, which is actually one of my favorite songs of all time and probably one of my fave songs of 2023. Feel like recently they're really only going viral for doing stuff like twerking or lifting their shirts, and this actually really isn't something that I see as a bad thing, but I feel like it's causing their actual talent to be completely overshadowed. Like, all I see is people talking about Sticky for every reason except for the actual song itself. Like, Belle has literally been losing her voice due to a lot of the vocally challenging notes, and the song is just being overshadowed. Like, I don't want it to come off as hate, but I just feel like that's all the group is being known for, and they're one of the groups I love most vocally right now. Also find it weird that people are really pushing the narrative that the group is a group full of adult women, and technically they are all legally adults, but the youngest member is still a teenager and was born 2005. Like, I'm sorry, she is not an adult in my eyes. As for the song Sticky, I really am enjoying the song, and TBH, I haven't disliked any of their music so far. Wish people cared more about their music, but I mean, I guess what is seen as a more provocative concept by some is bringing in more fans for them, and they're definitely becoming a top group.
Hyun was kinda overperforming. I have obviously seen all the discourse around her over dancing and doing too much, and it kind of throwing off the choreography or not blending in well with other members. And honestly, she was doing too much and it was completely overshadowing the other members and throwing off their group choreography. And even doing too much vocally to the point where it sometimes feels like she's sometimes screaming. She was going way above the other members, and I could see if the other members themselves were also giving that level, but they weren't. I have seen recently that she has started to slow down and match the pace of the other members, and honestly, it looks a lot better and it makes a lot more sense. I've seen a lot of her fans saying that the other members should match her energy, and that makes no sense. Why should 6 other members have to match the energy of one member who is doing too much when all of the other members are all at the same level? Maybe that member that is doing too much should meet themselves at the level of the other 6 members. That's probably one of the most ridiculous things I've heard any group of fans say. She's a great performer, and honestly, I think she shines more and in a more positive way when she performing at the same level as the other members. Also, I need to add, but I feel like YG are really confusing people with the way they're pushing her. They're giving her unnecessary rap parts that aren't needed or that could be better executed by other members. I also feel like her having as many lines as she does actually isn't warranted. She's one of the best in terms of vocally, but realistically the vocalist behind Rami is Roar, and I feel like she is a more than capable vocalist to execute a lot of the other lines. I get it, she's the center and a lot of groups have similar situations, like I can name so many cases like this. It's really nothing new at all, but it's just so clear that their KYG are deciding she is the next Jennie, and therefore her fans have decided she's more deserving than other members. In a song like Forever, Roar and Rami should have absolutely had more lines. I feel like it's actually upsetting people, and now she's getting hate when it's not like she's the one who's deciding the line distributions or screen time. It's clear because her light does feel a little more dim these days. She's not as bubbly as she was even just months ago.
Anyway, that's it for my K-pop opinions. If you like my opinions, please like and subscribe. And I really hope nothing I say hurts anyone's feelings, as K-pop is just not that deep. It is not my intention to hurt anyone's feelings, and I don't have any ill feelings towards any of the groups I've mentioned. In fact, I actually like and or enjoy most of them. Please don't come in the comment section trying to be intentionally confrontational. Your comments will be immediately deleted. Okay, so I obviously edited these clips on a bunch of random different dates, and so it's been confirmed that Red Velvet are on August 1st releasing a single called Sweet Dreams, and it's basically a post-release, but the whole situation is just ridiculous because it's written as the 7th song on Cosmic, so basically this is just a glorified B-side that's getting no promotion. No music video. Like, what is the point? This song should have literally just been on the album, because it's not like this is a repackage and it's not getting a MV promo or promotion, so what is the point? aespa were given 5 music videos for their last comeback, and Red Velvet can't even be given 2 for the 10th anniversary. SM hate Red Velvet so bad. Also, why is Min Hee-jin on NewJeans merch? It's so odd, and even if it's not official merch, it's ridiculous.